Hi, my name is Dr. Julia Britz, and I'm a naturopathic physician. I specialize in orthomolecular psychiatric medication tapering. And today I'm going to tell you my story and about my love affair with Ativan. So, I had horrendous OCD, and I was not at all comfortable taking Zoloft or any kind of SSRI. Didn't make sense to me, didn't feel like I needed anything scheduled. So it really wasn't until I went to the hospital thinking that my liver was failing again that this ER doc said, hey, your heart rate's really high. What's going on with you? And I said, yeah, I got bad anxiety. She gave me a bottle of Ativan, and I really didn't try it for a few weeks until I was in the middle of a panic attack. And I was like, I'll do anything. It's that desperation, that hits. So I decided I was going to try it. And my world completely changed overnight. It was instant. I felt, wow, this is what normal people must feel like. I didn't feel high. I didn't feel groggy. I felt exactly what I thought normal was. And it worked for a while. I until I was taking it every day. And that's the thing I didn't want to happen, but it did. And I did develop some side effects like peripheral hallucinations. I kept thinking my cat was near me. I reached out to pet, it wasn't there. I was seeing like colors flashing and rats running by really quickly. And I kept bumping into walls. Like my proprioception was pretty terrible. Sex drive was gone. But honestly, to me, this was all kind of a small price to pay to have a little bit of mental stability. So when I woke up one morning, I didn't know what was happening. I woke up and it was just the actual, I don't know if it was just me opening my eyes or when my body realized it was morning, but something that changed from sleep to awake was enough to trigger me into full-blown panic. And I was covered in sweat, pain going up and down my spine. I was completely hysterical, frantic. My eyes were doing this nystagmus horizontal back and forth thing. It took me hours to realize that I was in acute withdrawal because I forgot to take my Ativan dose the night before. And it was in that moment when I realized this teeny, and if you've seen them, they are so small. These little Ativan pills are so tiny. And I thought, man, this little pill has so much power over me. But again, isn't that just the price to pay? And looking back, I think that says a bit about my self-esteem, about what I thought, my life was really worth in that way. But it's not that easy to decide how to navigate the mental health stuff when it's completely out of control. So I came off of Ativan. I decided to come off of it in 3 different times, 3 different ways. Slow taper. It's a lot like white knuckling it, That's kind of tough. The second time I think was the worst, and I couldn't get down those little tiny increments. I got down to 2 milligrams, and then I'd have this interdose withdrawal. I'd have to go right back up to 2.5. And then we switched me over to the bridge med Klonopin. And it's so funny because psychiatrists, they'll tell you all Benzos are the same, just different, half-lives, and these are longer. Not the same. The paranoia I experienced on Klonopin was nothing like I experienced on Ativan at all. That was probably my least favorite way to taper. The last way was by far the best. So I used orthomolecular medicine, naturopathic medicine. Really cool biohacker dude was in my court, and it was by far the easiest. And I think there's a lot of reasons for that, but everything was getting addressed, because the thing was, taking a medication away sort of leaves the shadow from where it was, which kind of begs the question, what's going to go there, when it's gone, which I didn't think about the first few times, but I've been able to stay off my medication since then because everything was getting addressed together. The OCD, the anxiety, the panic attacks, the depersonalization, the PMS, all that stuff was going together. So it definitely made it a lot easier. So that's not exactly why I got into naturopathic medicine, but it was because I wanted to help people that were dealing with mental health stuff, because I had dealt with it and it's just the worst. And especially if you go to a doctor and they don't know what it's like, there can be a wall there, especially when it comes to some of these things that for me felt so embarrassing, like eating disorder stuff and OCD thoughts, or even taking a medication. So I felt very much alone. I felt very much crazy. But it did get better. And my brain didn't break. I was really worried it would. But it definitely didn't break. And now I love what I do, like helping people come off their meds. And it's definitely a journey, there's so much to say. I will leave it there. But yeah, that is what happened. So thank you for listening. And if you are going through this, just remember to stay strong and that you are not alone.